Okay, good morning, everybody, or whatever time of day it is where you are. So we're now going to begin chapter Yud Bet, chapter 12, uh, and in this exploration of the deeper root of our inability to truly feel our connectedness with other people, and the great tragedy of that, how much loss there is in terms of our being able to grow, uh, the great help that we could have if we could have the help of our friends, if we knew what it meant to have a friend. Okay, so chapter 12. V'hinei, ka'asher yadua, asher ba'avodah yeshnam shnei ofnei avodah. He says it's known that there are two modalities of how one worships Hashem. Two modalities. He'achad, avodah b'simcha. The first one is to serve Hashem with joy. V'hainu k'shemaskil umitbonen heitei b'gedulat Hashem. That is to say, when a person contemplates, these are ideas we're very familiar with from learning Tanya. When a person contemplates very well the greatness of Hashem, hein ba'otzim gedulato, both in terms of the mightiness of God's greatness, b'inyan abriyah, how God created the world, yesh me'ayin, something from nothing, k'mo shekadu b'kom acher, is explained elsewhere. Now he's going to go into further detail. So just before we keep going, I just want to make sure we don't get lost here in the trees. So he's going to describe two different modalities for worshiping Hashem. One is the simcha, through joy, and the other is b'shiflut, through humility. Those are sort of two different modalities. One is a kind of sense of brokenness, right? And the other is a sense of kind of a fullness of joy, and how one creates each of those states of mind. And you'll see how this all ties in with the idea of ego and shutting people out, etc. But the first modality is one we're going to discuss, and it's generated with this idea we discussed quite a bit in our analysis of Chabad Chassidut, and that is that one energizes oneself is not the word I'm looking for, but animates oneself through the brain, right? That's the whole thesis. That's why it's called Chabad Hasidut, right? Chabad means your brain, okay? So you use your brain. How do you use your brain? By contemplation, by thinking about certain ideas. And what that does is, as we know in the past, it generates emotions. By thinking about certain ideas, it then generates certain emotions. That emotion then becomes the fuel, which then generates the actions. Right? You're motivated by action or by emotion. So you think about something, the heart becomes ignited by thinking about something. In other words, to put it in real simple English, and it's such an important idea, to inspire yourself. That's what it's all about. To inspire yourself. We inspire ourselves by thinking about certain ideas. Then that inspiration is that sense of emotional vitality, being alive, excited about something. And then when you're excited about something, you do it. Very hard to do something not excited about it. We all know what that's like. You got a job, you just like got to do it, but you're not excited. Kind of hard to do a good job. You're not excited. You should do it anyway. Get paid for it. Got to do it. Luckily, the last time I worked was when I was in 12th grade. I washed dishes in American River Hospital. But so it's kind of like a long time ago since I worked. So it's a little hard to imagine what that's like. But in any case, so the first element of how one serves Hashem through this modality of simcha, of joy, is done by the Chabad. You got to get your brain working. So now, how do you get your brain working? So you think about creation. Okay. Now, what specifically? So this is what he's about to explain. So he says the following. Dilavad, where in the Hebrew is the third line down in that paragraph. Dilavad zot mashe etzem inyan abriya yesh me'ayin hu inyan nifla shein la'adam shum tzior al ze klal. So beyond the fact that the notion of thinking about creation from nothing, that's the way creation is, right? Hashem didn't take a bunch of clay and form it. That's the way we create. Hashem created from nothing. That's a wondrous idea, which we actually can't truly understand. We don't have a tziyur, that's the word he uses. I can't really picture it in our mind because it's not a concept that we can relate to. Okay. So in addition to that, Odzot, Yesh Bazeh Plaut, there's a wondrous aspect to this. Now he's going to explain what that wondrous aspect is. So he's going to give us an idea. Okay. And we're going to now spend most of the next 24 hours thinking about this idea. And we're going to be so happy. Okay. Is that okay for you? Are you happy for 24 hours?
Sure.
Yeah. For free. It's unbelievable. You just got to think about it. Okay. Here's what you got to think about. Diadua de bri'at yesh me'ayin hu b'vchinat richuk ha'erech. This is an amazing thing. He's going to be a paradox. We're going to think about paradox for a second. That when one creates from nothing, like Hashem did, right? Yesh me'ayin, something from nothing. There is a distance between the creative force and that which is created. Now you'll see, because here's going to be the paradox. The zewa hafresh bein the ila va'alul lebriya yesh me'ayin. This is the difference between cause and effect, which is when you create from nothing, the ila va'alul on the one hand, to cause and effect, ubichinat hashba b'kiruv. The notion of cause and effect is normally understood, sha'ila mitlabesh ba'alul, where the cause is enclosed in the effect. Cause and effect. The cause is included in the effect. V'halul margish et ilato, and the effect senses its cause. V'lachen ha'alul hu be'erach ha'ila. Therefore, there's a relationship between the cause and the effect. Okay, so I was trying to think of an example of this. So here's my example. I don't know why I thought of this example. So, billiards. Okay. This is where I spend most of my free time, in the billiard hall. My father told me he worked his way through medical school playing pool. He was really good. I guess he used to bet or something like that.
Stay away from Minnesota Bats.
Stay away from his father.
Yeah. Yeah, be careful. He's probably not on the same level anymore. But in any case, I'm not sure you're supposed to say that. It's okay. He's a really good guy. He's part of that. So it's like this. So what happens? So one ball hits another ball, hopefully. Okay. So this is like a classical kind of like physics example. So the second ball, there's actually sort of three things going on, because there's the energy, the stick. We've got a physicist over here. So right there's the stick, right? And then that hit the first ball, right? The white one. And then that hits the second ball, and the second ball moves. So this is a relationship between the first ball and the second ball. So there's a kinetic energy, right? The first ball.
Earthquake.
Yeah. And we talk about earthquakes. So it hits the second ball. The only reason that second ball is moving is why? Because of the kinetic energy, right, of the first ball hitting it. So there's a cause and effect, right? So the first ball, that's the cause. The effect is that the second ball moves. So the second ball has embodied within it, he used the word enclosed within it, the kinetic energy, which was put into it from the first ball. That's why it moves. And okay, fine. So far, so good. So that is the connection when you have a cause and effect, which is in the realm of creation, something from something, right? So one ball is moving from another ball. Okay, so the effect. I'm sorry.
Is that Asiya?
Well, Asiya means to do.
Yeah, so do it. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not sure exactly why you're using that term. I mean, in the four worlds in Kabbalah, there's a world of Asiya, but is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe because
there was Bria.
Okay,
so
good.
It's no longer Bria.
Okay, good. So in lower levels of creation, whereas everything is created kind of like it looks like, at least superficially, from something that pre-existed. Even though it's It's a mirage. It's not really true, but hang on. Okay, masha'en can be hitavut yesh mayayin. This is not true when you have creation from nothing. Shahitavut hu be'ein aroch, where the coming into being has no comparison. So therefore, there's a kind of influence, but where seems like there's no relationship between the thing which brought into existence the other thing. So there's an irony here, or paradox. I don't know, for some reason in my mind, those words must mean something different, but it's an irony and a paradox wrapped up in enigma. Okay, so in any case, the relationship between there's an irony, because when it comes to cause and effect, so there seems like there's a more intimate relationship, because like the example of the billiard ball, the second ball which is hit has a relationship, right? Hey, they're having a relationship between the two balls, right? Because the second ball, it's moving only because of, hang on a second, because of the kinetic energy which came from the first ball. But when you talk about yesh me'ayin, creation from nothing, you can't, there's no linear relationship between the two, because the thing which was which comes into existence, when it looks back, hey, where did I come from? Was it C? Sees no. In the relationship, when it comes to from nothing.
Oh yeah.
It turns around. So when it comes to balls, maybe this is a way to think about it. Pretend you're the second ball on a billiard table. Oh yeah, I can imagine that. So I turned around and I'm moving right on the billiard table. And what do I see? Why am I moving? Because I see right behind me the first ball, right? Good. So that's relationship. When it comes to creation from nothing, so you look around, what do you see? Nothing. Okay, so that's the irony, because of course we are created from nothing. So so the question is, we created from nothing. Yes.
You mean a general principle?
No, everything. All existence is from nothing. Hashem's existence, Hashem's creation.
Yeah.
Hashem's creation is Hashem's creation is we're from nothing. We're yesh me'ayin. We really are. I mean, the thing is that you'll see in a second, even though you think that there was something that you created from, it's not really true, as we'll discuss in a second. But here's the irony. See, what's our relationship with Hashem? To what extent can we feel a connection to our Creator? So on the one hand, based upon this model, so we look around and since we're actually created from nothing, so when we look around, what should we see? Nothing. Like, where's our Creator? That's a problem. But you'll see, it's ironic. When it comes to creation from nothing, so the Creator is hidden and hides from that which is created. So since you're created from nothing, you look around, the only thing you sense is nothing. So the creative force does not enclose itself in that which is created in the way of cause and effect.
Just to let you know that the text was cut off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I'm sorry. It's because it came into because it came into existence from nothing. That's why. But here's the irony, or the paradox. You see, when it's created from nothing, so on the one hand, you look around, you see nothing. On the other hand, the presence, the real ongoing presence of the creative force is actually more present in the modality of creation of from nothing, as he's about to explain. That the divine force which brought everything into being is always found in the thing which is created. And that's why it actually exists. If that force would be removed from it, God forbid, then it would in fact be truly nothing. Okay? Because the coming existence of that something is utterly new. Anything which actually comes into existence from nothing, the thing which causes it to come into existence has to be within it always. And if not, then this new creation will actually cease to exist whatsoever. It's not similar to the normal progression of relationship, which is of cause and effect. Okay, so let's just pause here for a second and just make sure we understand this. So the the way I like to explain this, I've said this a million times. I hope it's not boring already. Maybe we should think of some fresh examples of a way for us to a little bit understand this idea is the idea of thinking of a thought, right? If a person thinks a thought, okay, so that thought will exist as long as you keep thinking of it. The moment you keep thinking of it, it just disappears, right? You think something, you're a mental image, right? So as long as you're thinking a mental image, it'll exist. What happens? You get distracted and think about something really important, like baseball. Okay, so then all of a sudden, like there goes the thought. Okay, so that's creation from nothing, as an example. Okay, I mean it's a metaphor. It's not truly creation from nothing, because you're actually in the brain. There's neurons, and it's just a way to understand this idea. So in that sense, the creative force is always within the created thing, and the existence of the created thing is wholly dependent and utterly dependent on the presence of the creative force being there always. If that creative force would be removed for a second, then the whole existence of the thing would be, it just collapses. That thing would not exist at all. In a heartbeat, it'd be gone. Now, so on the other hand, if it's a creation through cause and effect, that's yesh may yesh, creating from something. So let's just say the example, I got a bunch of clay, right? So I'm going to create a pot, nice tea mug out of that clay. Okay. So I'm going to create from something. I'm going to take clay. I'm going to make a nice coffee mug out of it. So I take the clay, make it into a mug. And now I'm going to walk away. Totally disconnected. As a matter of fact, that mug could like end up on the shelf over there in the kitchen, and I'm long gone in Nepal. And I come to Rabbi Beit Chabad in Nepal. Actually, his job's already taken. Okay, so what's going to happen is that mug going to continue to exist, even though me, the creator, I'm long gone. Why does it exist? It's because it's not dependent upon me, because it's actually just changing the form of that which previously already existed. So when you're simply changing the form of that which previously already existed, so then it has an independent existence and it doesn't need the creator to be part of it, which is not the case when there's a creation from nothing, like the bringing into existence of a thought. As soon as the creator, like me, the creator of the thought, walks away, what happens to that mental image, that thought, whatever it's thinking of? It just disappears into nothingness. Now, creation for us, or creation of us, happened in the modality of creation from nothing. So that means at every single second, what's happening? Hashem is present, is making us come into being. How far away is Hashem? Oh my gosh. You know how far away is the distance between a mental image and the brain? Well, what's the distance between the mental image and the brain? It's completely oneness. That's how far away Hashem is. You know that if we would actually appreciate this, you know how happy we'd be? Because you know why people become sad? I really believe this deeply.
They feel abandoned.
We feel abandoned. We feel alone. There's loneliness in an existential sense. Is the deepest source of our pain. As soon as we feel when we're not alone, we're happy. We feel good. How alone are we? We're never really alone. As a matter of fact, we got the best friend we could possibly imagine, with a capital F, Hashem. When we can have this idea, we serve Hashem b'simcha, with joy. There's no loneliness. We're always in Hashem, right? We'll pause with this idea and we'll go on Be'ezrat Hashem tomorrow.